Karen Edwards with Student Action News. Graduating students continue to struggle as the economy stabilizes. Many students are picking up extra jobs in order to pay for gas and rising tuition costs. According to College Board, only 35% of graduates found a steady job after graduating in 2008, which is a drastic change from the 57% of graduates who found steady jobs 10 years before in 1998. Some tips for graduates is to consider relocating, continue to look into internship programs because many of these programs account for recent graduates, and to also carefully consider graduate school. Some graduate programs offer paid positions for your field of learning, and it will give you added experience as well as income. Now on to another hot topic of the year, healthcare. How is it affecting students? Amy Flanagan has the story. Some images may be graphic.
In March, President Barack Obama made it mandatory for every American citizen to have health insurance. But students at KSU are already paying a health insurance premium.
The premium is a $51 mandatory health fee that is included in student tuition. This fee has increased from the $27 in fall of 2003 to the current $51 for fall 2010. The cost has risen $24 over the past 8 years.
That's a form of insurance. That's de facto insurance. You're being charged a premium. And the assumption is that everyone will pay and fewer than everyone will use it. So the cost will cover itself. It's the same thing as an insurance company.
But does every student need to pay the mandatory fee? Meet Effie. She is a non-traditional student at KSU who recently got into a car wreck.
I was in an accident and I severely hurt my foot. My heel was ripped off. The skin, the flesh, and the bone was ripped away. It was twisted around, and it was just a little bit of skin holding it on together. And I had surgery a few hours after the accident, and they put everything back in place.
On top of her health insurance premium, she's required to pay the health fee in order to attend KSU. We asked various students what their thoughts were about being required to pay this fee.
I think that's ridiculous, honestly, because I'm a full-time student, but I'm nights and weekends, and I'm not ever here to use it.
That's ridiculous, I think.
I think that it should be optional. It should be based on the needs of the student, and not based just off of a blanket list of fees that we have to pay, because they're already enough.
I do not want to pay $51 more for the health center.
I mean, I think it's crazy, honestly.
Well, I think it's really important to have a health center and to have an option for students who don't have health care and couldn't go to a doctor, so I think that it's important.
The health fee goes towards services like physical exams, unlimited visits to see the doctor or the nurse practitioner, immunizations, and initial psychiatric assessment. None of these help Effie, but she doesn't mind paying the health fee.
So I don't mind paying it.
On top of the mandatory $51, students at KSU can expect an additional mandatory fee of $4.20 under the Wellness Center heading. This is Amy Flanagan reporting for the Student Action News team.
Thanks, Amy. Now on to campus news. KSU hosted its annual Take Back the Night, which focuses on sexual abuse. Ryan Hughes shares this story.
Each April, Take Back the Night sets up an exhibition in commemoration of rape awareness in the lobby of the Social Science Building.
Take Back the Night is something that's done across the country to help empower those victims of child abuse, sexual abuse, spousal and domestic abuse, realize their own personal strength so that they can break out of the bonds of abuse.
The exhibit consists of cutouts of women, each one symbolizing a rape survivor. A story of a survivor is told on each cutout. Other artwork consists of clothing, with positive messages written across them. In addition to these displays, people are given the chance to look at statistics about sexual abuse. Although many of the messages are targeted for women, the exhibit emphasizes that rape is also an issue for men as well. Not only are rape myths dispelled, but men are also reminded that they are responsible for preventing rape, whether they're on a date or if they see another man slipping something into a woman's drink. Here with information regarding sexual abuse treatment on campus is Ann Nichols, director of the KSU Health Center.
The opening question is, Do you feel safe where you live? Do you feel safe in your relationships? And then if it turns out that she is being abused, whether physically or psychologically, we will actually walk her back to our psychiatric services. We will get her seen today by whoever is available, which probably is a social worker. She may have to wait a while, but we're going to take care of her today. We'll get her taken care of.
Thanks, Ryan. Starting this fall, you may need to get your mail in by Friday, seeing as the U.S. Postal Service is looking into cost cutting and may cut out Saturday mail. Here's Corey McGinnis with the story.
Signed, sealed, delivered. That's what most folks are used to. Postmaster General John Potter is pushing to eliminate Saturday delivery as a cost-cutting measure. But how will this affect you? Well, meet Carmen, a business owner who is displeased with the new policy.
Especially from a small business owner perspective, I would think that they depend a lot on the mail circulation, especially on Saturdays as well.
So, what if you ordered something from Carmen's business and have to wait an extra day, or 2, maybe 3? This may cause owners to lose business, which is why she's opposed. What about the postal workers? How much will they save?
The new 5-day delivery schedule could save the U.S. Postal Service $3 billion annually. Now, the impact of email and the recession will cause the U.S. Postal Service to stop delivering mail on Saturdays beginning around October 1st, 2011.
So, would you care if they stopped delivering mail on Saturdays? Is this really a good idea? Did you know that Saturday mail delivery in Canada was eliminated on February 1st, 1969? Maybe the new saying should be, signed, sealed, and wait till Monday. Corey McGinnis, KSU Action News.
In sports, KSU's golf team is making strides. Here's Brian Harper with the story.
It is this swing of sophomore Jeff Carlson that head coach Jay Mosley hopes will bring KSU its first Atlantic Sun Championship.
Jeff is an amazing talent, especially off the tee ball. He's probably averaging about 330 yards off the tee. I've seen a lot of really good college players and watched several guys out on tour, and Jeff, the way he strikes the golf ball is probably as good, if not better, than most tour players. The sound he makes when he hits the drive is hard to realize, how talented he is and how much club head speed he gets going. He's a strong kid, very athletic, and he can really do some special things with the golf ball.
It's this tailor-made R9 driver that Jeff will be using when he steps into the tee box Monday.
I mean, it's right what you say. I got a lot of pressure to perform well, and it feels like I got a big part in the team's performance. If I play well, we got a pretty good chance, And I'm comfortable with it. I feel like I can handle that pressure, and it helps me become a better golfer. So.
Our best performances as a team have been when Jeff and JP Putnam have stepped up and had great finishes. Jeff's had a win already this year in a second-place finish, and that obviously, anytime you can get that out of a player, it carries the team a long way.
When asked what it would take to win at legendary Chateau Elan, Mosley had this to say.
I think the guys are excited to play, close to home and on a course they're familiar with, and I think the golf course set up the way it is, it favors our team. We hit it pretty straight, and we're fairly consistent in terms of ball striking, so I think it's a course that will definitely favor us, and if we make the putts and our short games are in good shape, we'll be right there at the end.
It would be huge. That's one of the things I really want to accomplish here and at Kennesaw, for the team to go to regionals and of course nationals, which would be just great. And for me personally, it would be huge to win the ASUN conference.
Finishing the season strong with 3 consecutive top 10 finishes, the Owls look eager and poised for a great run at the Atlantic Sun Championship. I'm Brian Harper with Kennesaw State Action News Team.
Thanks, Brian. I'm Karen Edwards with the Student Action News Team. Thanks for tuning in, and become a fan of the Student Action News Team on Facebook.